Barrel rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno-monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model Daily Briefing for Thursday. What are we? Thursday the 19th of November 2020. The time is 05:20 hours GMT, London time. Asian session closed, European session kicking in, lunchtime, US North American session starting. So let's have a look what happened yesterday. So these were the flows yesterday, which was Wednesday. So we had the euro on the negative side, the dollar also, pound positive, and the yen positive. So we put the figures in: plus 111 for the yen, plus 36 for the pound, minus 56 for the dollar, and minus, what are we, 91 for the euro. So this was Wednesday the 18th, which was yesterday the 11th, flows throughout the whole day. So we can see that we've got an opposed positive driver in the yen. So it's opposed, and it's opposed by the pound, which is the positive rock. The dollar is the negative mover, and the euro is the negative secondary driver. Right, so this is interesting. This is the first time for a while that we've had a change in the batting order. Previously, the dollar was negatively driving the markets, and now we're looking at having an opposed positive driver in the yen. So let's have a look at the intra-week flows. So these are the flows throughout this week from Monday. Dollar positive, sorry, negative, euro negative, pound and yen. So let's put the figures in: plus 293 on the yen, plus 19 on the pound, minus 147 on the euro, and minus 165 on the dollar. So this is Monday the 16th, the 11th, the beginning of the week, to about half an hour ago. So we've got the opposed positive driver in the yen. So that's opposed. It's opposed by the pound. We've got the positive rock, and we've got a negative mover in the euro and a negative secondary driver in the dollar. Right, so just to polish the flows off so far today, and then we can have a good talk about them. So we've got the pound as the negative, on the negative side, euro, and we've got dollar yen on the positive side. So we've got plus 64 on the yen, plus 45 on the dollar. The euro is neutral at 0, and the pound is minus 109. So this is Thursday, which is today, the 17th, sorry, the 19th, Thursday the 19th of November, to about half an hour ago. So we can see we've got an unopposed negative driver in the pound. So we've got negative, and this is unopposed. We've got a neutral rock. So neutral rock, and we've got a positive mover in the dollar and a positive secondary driver in the yen. Right, so let's make some sense of this then. So up until yesterday, the dollar was the opposed negative driver, and we've now got yen strength. So yesterday we had yen strength with opposing negative flows going predominantly into the euro and the dollar. So the euro weakened further, and the dollar slightly as well, with the pound being the other part of the opposed positive driver. So, right, now, so far this week, we've now had we've got the yen strength overcoming here. So we've got a positive opposed driver in the yen, and these opposing flows have gone fairly equally into the euro and the dollar so far this week. So just slightly more into the dollar than the euro. Now, and so far this morning, which is the most recent flows, we've got the pound as the unopposed negative driver, with the euro in a neutral position, and the flows, the opposing positive flows which are coming out of the pound, are predominantly going into the yen and slightly less in the dollar. Right, so if you remember yesterday, basically I was expecting the euro yen, which was what we suggested, potential long euro yen trade on the basis of equity transmissions, and those equity transmissions never happened. If anything, the equity markets deteriorated. So this partially explains the yen strength. Now, it also we also had today so far and overnight we've had Brexit negativity. The EU's planning for a no deal apparently, but that's just what they're saying. So we'll just have to put that in the negative noise category. So really, to make some sense of the flows then, as I said, up until yesterday we had dollar weakness. We've now, that dollar weakness has been overcome by yen strength, which is what's been happening. So we've got a sort of classic sort of risk off scenario. We've got yen strength, disrupted equity markets, and basically we've got the pound now coming under pressure because of negative Brexit news. So that's where we are. Now, interestingly, the euro is now the neutral rock for today. Now, the euro has had quite a pounding. If you look at the euro yen, look at the euro yen, where are we? The euro yen so far this week, from Monday, has come down, let's have a look, minus 116 points. Okay, now from Tuesday we were suggesting a long euro yen was of interest, but you need to understand that the models have to be traded in a certain way, and if you look at part 2 of how to trade the Forex Super Model, you'll see that the key thing about the models is they're early. We haven't actually entered a long yen trade yet, so we're in the phase of actually watching and being in the smug phase, if you like, where the market is going against us, it's going against us, and we're still looking for that long entry. Right, so let's just before we go, what's going to knock the markets around today, before we go on to the final analysis? Well, we've had some positive AUD news, so that's one thing. The ECB Lagarde having another speech, why not? We've got some tier 2 data coming out. We've got US jobless and existing home sales, and then tomorrow, just to look a little bit ahead, Lagarde speaking yet again, why not again, and CAD retail sales. Right, so let's make some space and let's look what we think is going to happen. Right, so given that scenario, and the fact that, remember, if you get an extreme version, if you get an extreme situation, an unopposed negative or positive driver, so this is an unopposed negative driver, which is either a floor or the start of a major down move. Now, given the Brexit noise, it's very difficult to say. I would suggest that the pound will carry on weakening slightly today, but I don't think it's the start of a major down move in the pound, because the pound is positioned in a way that this will be a struggle for the market. So our positions, as you know, we're running 38 positions, 19 long, 19 short in the GBP complex, and we're 20% long, net long. Our positions are, just to check, they were, as of coming to do this, they were, turned it over the wrong way, we're 1620 points up at the moment on our positions, 1620. So it's come off a bit, but because of the way we trade, we're quite nicely hedged, and it's come off about 200 points from yesterday, despite the pound being sold off in the majors, to be quite honest. So we're nail our colours to the mast again. What's going to happen today? I would suggest looking at the overall scenario. Remember, we've got yen starting to drive the market in a positive manner. We've got the euro today at a neutral position, and we've got the pound weakness, and we've got the dollar. The dollar is starting to perk up a bit. So we've got dollar minus strength. We've got yen strength at the moment. We've got euro weakness, and we've got pound weakness. So that's what we've got. Are we going to keep it? Now, this is going to be, the pound is going to be very Brexit orientated, but like I say, there's potential for slight downsides in the pound. The interesting one is again the euro. This is telling me that the markets wish they've probably had enough on the euro. The euro being the neutral rock here for today tells me that the markets have probably hammered the euro enough. Now, if you look at the euro, as I said, the euro for the week is the negative mover. Yesterday it was a negative secondary driver, and today it's neutral. So there's resilience in the euro. So despite what it may look like when you're trading, there is resilience in the flows to the euro. So the setup that we've had from Tuesday, which is long euro yen, is still valid, depending again on equity flows. Now the yen, once the equity flows settle down and we get sort of neutral to positive equity flows, the yen complex, which is very, very high at the moment, has only really got one way to go, and that is down. So there's a lot of potential weakness in the yen in the tube, and who's going to be on the main receiving end? If it was Brexit positive, then the pound would get a good kick up as well. And if the Brexit thing drags on, then you're looking at the euro, which I believe is starting to show signs of strength and bottoming out. So you could do worse than to stick with this scenario. So what you need to do, so we're looking at long euro yen, but again we haven't actually made a sort of a net long entry on this trade yet, but that's where I would be focusing again, off the back of this euro neutrality today and what we've said before. So good luck trading today, and see you tomorrow.